Did you know the J in J Stars actually stands for Jumbo Dog Shit? So remember how when Jump Force was coming out, everyone was getting really excited because the graphic looked nice, but when the actual game came out, the combat was very bad. Well, guess what? While you guys were cheering it on, not knowing of how bad it was going to be, I was sitting there with my hands crossed, shaking my head, knowing for the mess I was about to come. And that's because I played J-Stars Victory Versus. Now, J-Stars is basically older, less impressive looking Jump Force. It has the same main concept that everyone gets attached to getting your favorite shonen anime characters in one place to beat each other up. It's got the same developer, Bandai Namco, and these other things I don't know how to pronounce. And they have the same execution, by which I mean they messed it up. Now, as a kid, seeing this on YouTube, my mind was freaking blown. All these anime characters I loved, and most of the ones I didn't know, like, I was amazed. And when the reviews told me about how bad it was, I just called them my elementary school word for an uncultured bigot who didn't understand the complexities and differences in Japanese and anime culture, which was a dumb fat butthead. And I am sure there are a lot of people with me who thought the same thing. Oh wow, like IGN reviews are just garbage, they're always garbage. But let me tell you, this game is actually garbage. Now let's start with the story, which is basically 4 different viewpoints of the same bland generic shonen story. You got the evil guys trying to blow up the world, you got the main people going on an adventure to stop them. Along the way they fight and help people, and they solve all their problems through the power of friendship and beating people up. It's like bread with no butter. It's the blandest, safest thing you can go with. I don't care. I don't care. Move on. I don't care. Hey, hold up. Hey, how you doing? What you got to say? Never mind, it's nothing interesting. I don't care. I don't care. Since the voice actors for the actual show cost way too much and animating is apparently way too hard, instead of cutscenes, what we get is text bubbles and a bunch of cut and pasted images from the main shows. And honestly, I'm kind of glad they did that, because looking at the actual animation for this game, you realize that it actually looks like a middle-aged PlayStation 2 game ported to the PS4. And this is on a pro PlayStation 4 and an HD TV. Like, there is no excuse for action figures to look better than the actual character models. Like, look at the background! They didn't even finish animating the mountains. Most of that is stock photo. I have a Dragon Ball Z Wii game that looks better than this. Not lying about that either. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, probably said that wrong. It's a really fun game. It's better than this. You should go play that. The best part of the game by far is the actual combat. And like, I gotta say, my little anime nerd self enjoyed this part. Like, I liked fighting, doing all my favorite moves with my favorite characters. It was satisfying. And that's all the compliments you're gonna hear. Because once you take your little otaku anime nerd glasses off, or you never had them on to begin with because you don't like anime, you really see this game's combat for what it is, which is shallow and bland at best, and at worst, that shallowness and blandness is sloppy and unrefined. You have a few special moves and combos you can restrictively mix together, but honestly, once you catch someone, it just turns into a game of button mashing. It's almost brain dead, and honestly, for the first few times it's fun just to see like everyone's moves, but it gets old and boring real fast. The only way to really gain an advantage on your opponent besides bull charging is maneuvering, like jumping and rolling out of the way, and that's so unfinished and unresponsive, it's almost like a gambling game to what will work and when it will work, and how things work. And the problem I don't think a lot of these people who make anime fighting games get is that to make a good fighting game takes time, precision, and delicacy. You gotta focus on every character, every one of their moves, and make sure everything is balanced, controllable, and connects. Because if they don't, it could completely ruin an entire character, or in bad cases, the entire game. Another problem I want to talk about is the AI, which if you play the Xenoverse games, this is a problem that occurs frequently. In fights with more than like 2 people, the AI is very inconsistent and imprecise, and most of the time all the AIs will just come after you, while your supporting AIs will just run around in circles like idiots. Alright, let me finish him. Gumu. Where is Sasuke coming? Where's my other person? Why are you here? You can look at J-Stars in 2 lights. You can look at it as one, an overall bad game, which it is, or B, you could look at it as a very mediocre anime fan game, which honestly is the only way you're gonna get any kind of joy out of this. If you're an anime fan who loves fighting with these characters, you'll find some enjoyment from this. But honestly, I recommend just getting like their $10 games. Fighter Z, Burning Blood, or Ultimate Ninja Storm is a good one. And that's about it. See you guys.